EscoNitz, and welcome to another Playtime with Nitz. Today we're doing Voice of Cards, the Forsaken Maiden. Now, this key was provided to me by Square Enix, but as always, all opinions of this game are my own. Let's go check the options real quick, because we got some DLC along with the game. Yeah, I want a B2B. Card face. Default. Pixel art? Yeah, let's go with the pixel art. I like pixel art. Sure. Battle board? Table. Robot table. Our dice. Automata dice. I'm gonna keep the default music. I don't want to swap the music around because I want to experience the music itself. Let's get on into this.
Ah, I bid you welcome. I shall be your game master for this tale.
Hi.
It is a pleasure to have you. Now then,
Well, thank you.
just like this, I will be using cards to draw you into the world of this story.
Okay, a man proclaiming himself to be a great hero has embarked on a journey to slay the dragon.
From time to time, you may be presented with choices like this.
Right.
Incorrect. It doesn't mean anything, but still. You're following along with all this, I trust?
Sure.
Moving on, I believe your experience of the story will be shaped in no small part by my narration. As such, I hope you'll have rather more fun keeping the sound on while you play. That said, rest assured that the game remains enjoyable without sound. My words will be subtitled just as they are now.
Would you like to display the subtitles? Display. You can always change these settings later in the options.
With the formalities sorted, we're all ready to begin the game. My. Yeah, you can hear the sound of the waves. Oh, how very evocative. Now then, let's begin our tale. Allow me to welcome you to the world of Voice of Cards. You're about to step into the shoes of the hero of this tale as he sets forth on a grand adventure. Said adventure takes place in a remote part of the sea, in which ancient traditions are alive and well. You will touch the hearts of many who dwell in this place as you journey to change fate's promise of untold ruin.
Sure, I can handle it.
I believe in you. I believe your journey will be a success. And on that note, it is time for that journey to begin. May the waves see you safely across the tides.
Looks like you can play this with controller. I am using keyboard and mouse.
Our story begins in a secluded grotto. The sound of the waves echoes softly across the rock walls. A solitary young man stands in front of a ship floating in the water. Brush in hand, he busies himself painting the vessel. Once he finishes his work, he decides to carve his name into the side of the hull. A finishing touch.
Looks like a whale. We're gonna go with Escorium. That's right.
You carve your name in small lettering into the ship. Oh, a handsome name, that. This young lad is the hero of our tale, and your window into the world. You're a navigator without a ship, and your soul yearns to set out upon the ocean blue for your own reasons.
But didn't you just say that was our
You've spent a
ship?
great deal of time repairing the wrecked ship before you, in the hopes of crafting a partner aboard which you might sail the high seas. The sound of a wooden box tumbling to the ground rips through the grotto.
That didn't sound
You
good.
heave a deep sigh and decide to head over to the source of the racket.
Find whatever made that noise. Your piece is in the middle of the screen. Use... yep. As you continue on your journey, your objective will change. You'll see cards with glowing edges on your adventure. Step onto one to trigger an event that will move the story along. Like...
The source of the noise turns out to be a young girl. It looks as though she has knocked over a wooden box, packed with shipbuilding supplies, and is in quite a panic about it. The girl's name is Laddie. You came across her some time ago, collapsed on a beach. You attempted to bring her to a nearby village, but she was quite opposed to the idea for some reason. As such, she has been helping you repair the ship here. You're not quite sure how to respond to her knocking the box over.
I mean... it's okay. Oh, you gotta hold it.
You say in a gentle, reassuring tone. Laddie's worried expression melts away, replaced by one of relief. You move to leave the grotto, saying, "I'm going to the village to get some food." Laddie waves goodbye, her forlorn smile seeing you off. The young woman has lost her ability to speak.
Oh.
Neither of you have any knowledge of how she ended up in her situation, and you spend many quiet hours together in the grotto.
I wonder how she lost her ability to speak.
The scent of the sea and a sense of isolation hang heavy in the air. The island is bound for ruin and has had its name since before any can really recall. This is Omega Isle. You take a deep breath.
Ooh, I like this music.
For the nearby Omega Village, which shares the island's name.
Make your way east of the secret grotto to Omega Village. Press the menu button to open the menu. There you can perform various actions such as saving and changing skills or equipment. Menu. Equipment. Okay. Alright. What's this?
An old spire stands tall before you. Alas, there's little reason to go poking around within.
But treasure!
You have arrived near the entrance of the village. You spy a shadow skulking about in the midst of a thicket.
It looks like a squirrel.
The shadows fall away to reveal a small monster. It's unusual to see one this close to the village. It might be
Can I tame it?
but it's still a monster and a threat. You must slay the beast before it can cause trouble or worse in the village.
Battle!
Fight him off.
The fight is on. Take down all the enemies and victory shall be yours. Stab. Air thrusts. Or charge. Let's go with air thrust. Roll with E. I think it. Wow. A good warrior wastes no time. 15 XP, 12 gold. Enter Omega Village? Yes, let's go.
Gorgeous flower beds burst with blossoms that will one day wilt and wither away, much like Omega Village itself. This is a village that has accepted its fate to be but a moment in time, destined to fade.
I like the music a lot. Make your way to the home of Omega Village's mayor. Hello?
An island in want of a maiden shall fall, he mutters, to no one in particular.
You fulfilled the necessary requirements and unlocked Age Man's Flipside story.
This might be the last time I see this flower bed, the boy says, gazing forlornly at the flowers.
Okay. There's the accessory shop.
I wish I got to be the maiden, the girl says mournfully, dressed head to toe in maiden garb, and clearly pretending to be such.
Huh? Plain Girl's Flipside story. Okay.
A lone woman diligently cleans the grounds of the maiden shrine.
Woman's Flipside story. Let's go to the accessory shop real quick.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
Hi. We have an accessory slot. Do we have enough to buy anything? No, we don't.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
Yep. Weapon, armor, and accessory cards are only effective once you've equipped them. Open the menu and select equipment. Okay. Out of curiosity, are there going to be different weapon shops? Huh. Let's check our house.
Home sweet home.
Take a rest? No.
This is no time for a nap. You turn around and walk out the door.
Okay.
You stop in at the mayor's house and discover that he already has a guest. The two are engaged in discussion. You listen in and learn that they are troubled by monsters that have appeared near the village and have been devouring precious stores of food.
Good thing I killed the monster.
The villager sighs deeply. I suppose it's about the end for the village, they say flatly before departing the mayor's home.
That doesn't sound good.
The man left standing in the room has a certain sagacity about him. He notices you waiting and inclines his head in greeting. His name is Grief. As the village's mayor, he spends his days dealing with all manner of happenings around town.
Grief.
He looks to be at a loss over the damage being caused by the monsters. It would likely be a simple matter for you to deal with the beasts.
Help get rid of the monsters? Heck yeah. Sure.
You offer to deal with the monsters, and Grief replies with his thanks. You're always a big help. This is part of your daily routine. You work to sort out the village's troubles in order to procure food to eat.
Rid Omega Village and the surrounding environs of monsters. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and leave town then. There weren't any monster cards that I could see of.
a monster has appeared before you. It holds what's left of a piece of fruit in its teeth, and its mouth moves restlessly. With a sigh, you mutter, "Let's get this over with then," and ready your weapon.
Oh. Murder.
Show 'em what you got.
The number in red indicates HP. When a card's HP drops to 0, it becomes incapacitated. A card's attack is indicated in its lower left and defense in the lower right. Give careful consideration to you and your opponent's values before acting. Let's go ahead and just stab this one. That does it for battle basics. The rest is up to you. Ow. Okay. Alright. Oh, I only got a 1. Since it seems we get an extra dice every turn. $30 XP and 24 gold. Hey, I leveled up. 1 defense, 1 HP.
With practiced skill, you swing your weapon. The blade flashes through the monster's throat.
Goodbye,
Merciless,
monster.
Perfect aim. It would appear that you are quite accustomed to killing. You wipe the blood off your weapon. As you do, you notice a shadow in the distance. Another monster, perhaps?
Going close for the kill. Because that might not be a monster.
Silently, you creep up on the shadow and bring your blade down on it with practiced speed. But the shadow nimbly evades your strike and runs off. Whatever the shadow was, it was taken aback by your unexpected assault. It looks like it ran off in the direction of the spire near the village.
Okay, let's go to the spire. Use a healing item from your own cards or rest at your house. View your cards. Yeah, let's see what our cards. Items. Sure. Oh wait. Am I full health? I am full health. Let's enter the spire and see what that was.
You stand before the Spirit Spire, said to have been erected to protect the island. Yet with the villagers having accepted ruination, it now stands forlorn, an edifice without a purpose.
Why would you accept?
This place, so named for the spirits themselves, is one that the villagers do not enter. Despite this, you say to yourself, I have to get rid of the monster, and decide to profane the place with your presence.
I mean, yeah, we gotta get rid of it. Hunt down the monster that retreated into the spire. Oh, you can't go there? Door! You who enters, spirit.
There are some words etched into the door, but they are weathered and difficult to read. Worried though you are about whatever the words might say, you nonetheless try pushing the handle. With some protest, the door groans open.
Listen to this music.
You spy the shadow of the monster you encountered earlier. Your insight that it had taken refuge in the spire has proven a good one. The shadow notices your presence and flies off at blinding speed. You can't help but admire the rapid escape, though it looks like you're back to chasing after a shadow.
How do we... It might not be a monster, though. Pursue the monster up the spirit spire. But, what if we look to see if there were treasures first? I'm liking the music so far.
You survey your surroundings, relying on the shafts of sunlight filtering in through the windows. However, you're unable to see the monster from where you are.
Search the second floor for signs of the monster.
In the back of the large hall, there is an altar, which evinces a sense of deep mystery. The altar is wrought of a strange kind of stone, its surface polished smooth. It looks as though it's meant for use in some important ritual. You approach the altar to check that there are no places for monsters to hide themselves away inside it.
Maiden here. I do want to remind everyone that this game was provided to me by Square Enix, but again, all opinions are my own. Who's there?
In reply to the mysterious and unidentifiable voice that suddenly rent the silence, you ask in a sharp tone, "Who's there?"
I, Spirit.
You strain your ears, trying to make out the broken snippets of words echoing off the chamber walls.
Lati.
After speaking a word that rings familiar to your ears, Laddie, the voice becomes impossible to hear. It cannot be. Could you truly have heard the voice of the spirit from the Maiden's myth passed down on the island? All signs of the monster you were in pursuit of seem to have vanished. For the time being, you decide to return to the village and report your success.
Inform the mayor. Okay, well, first we're gonna explore. And, okay. Now, does this stay explore? Okay. Let's go. Let's go to Omega Village.
When you arrive at the mayor's house, there is a young visitor already there. She looks to be making an impassioned
This is the one
request
that
of
wanted to be the maiden, right?
In a wearied voice, Greeth replies, "There is no longer any maiden in our village." Admonished, the girl leaves the house with disappointment written across her expression. You inform the mayor that you've taken care of the monsters around town.
Give me food.
As thanks for completing the job, the mayor hands you a basket of fruit.
Yum.
Oh, good, you think to yourself. Another day, another basket of fruit.
Fruit is tasty. Return to the secret grotto west of Omerta. As you encounter various cards during your adventure, they are added to your collection. You can read special stories about the character and enemies among your collected cards. Progress through the adventure and defeat the myriad enemies in your path to collect every special story. View your collection? Sure. Key items. Fruit. Okay.
How may I help you? The proprietor inquires.
Got anything good? Okay, that's what I have on. -1 move, +1 defense. +2 move, -1 defense. Okay.
Will that be all? The proprietor asks.
Okay. Let's save our gold, hopefully get an accessory later. You can jump over upward facing terrain cards. To choose the direction you want to jump, then press the B button. Try jumping to the secret grotto. Boink. I've been doing that.
You re-enter the grotto and announce your return. On a normal day, Laddie would already have zipped over to greet you. But today, nothing.
Laddie? Speak with Laddie in the secret grotto. Okay, but first...
The ship you've constructed gently bobs in the waves. You run your hand along its hull in admiration, and then return to the litany of tasks still to be done. You walk over to Laddie and discover that she is sound asleep.
Oh.
Life in the grotto is not one of creature comforts. Rather, a fair few inconveniences. You've tried several times to bring Laddie to the village, but she was adamantly opposed on every occasion. You sometimes catch glimpses of her face while she sleeps. Always it is contorted in anguish, as though she is in the throes of a terrible nightmare. You notice a bulky book lying open next to Laddie, filled with carefully drawn words and images. It seems to be some kind of picture book that Laddie made herself. You know, I confess, I am a bit curious.
I want to take a peek.
Unable to overcome your curiosity, you decide to take a look at the picture book. Beside evocative images of deep forests and towering mountain ranges, Laddie has written a story patterned after the Maiden's myth. The picture book story is set in a small village replete with nature. The village enjoys the promise of peace and tranquility, thanks to the young woman born to be the Maiden.
That'd be
The Maiden
Laddie.
goes before the altar to perform a ritual, which invokes the power of a great spirit to protect the village. You look over the artwork, a spitting recreation of the altar you saw in the spire, and think back on the mysterious voice. The voice claimed it was a spirit, and you're certain it spoke Laddie's name.
Interesting.
You are so caught up in the thoughts racing through your head that you fail to notice Laddie had awakened. Laddie seems embarrassed that you've seen her book. Tears prick the corners of her eyes. If Laddie were indeed the Maiden, it would be no exaggeration to call her the very light of hope, a protective force that could save the island from its encroaching ruin. With faint expectation tightening your chest, you consider taking her to the altar in the spire.
Huh. Speak with Laddie again. Okay. Laddie, are you the maiden?
You've given Laddie some of the fruit you brought back. She dreamily stuffs some of it into her mouth. Maybe she likes it.
They look kind of like a pair.
Your stomach rumbles as you watch her. And together, the two of you enjoy a light meal.
I'm gonna have to buy some fruit now. Laddie joined your party. Okay. Lead Laddie to the spirit spire. Okay. While exploring the world and diving deep into dungeons, you will encounter enemies with which you must do battle. Your adventure is over if everyone in your battle party is KO'd. Should your journey meet an unfortunate end, you can continue from your last save point, so save often. Oh, there is an autosave function. That's good. But let's go ahead and save it. Boink.
You take Laddie with you and return to the spire.
Laddie's beloved.
As you approach the entrance of the spire, the staff that Laddie clutches close begins to emit a faint light. Seeing the mysterious light, you are convinced Laddie has a deep connection to the spire.
Okay.
Her expression uneasy. Laddie takes hold of your sleeve with a tentative touch.
Guide Laddie to the Spirit Spire's altar. Okay, hang on a second. I'm curious. Data setup. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to look to see if there was a way to change things once you've selected them already. Second floor.
You stand before the altar once more, bathed in an air of mysticism. The light emitting from Laddie's staff intensifies, as if indicating its destination.
Excellent, the Maiden.
In response to the enigmatic voice, Laddie's staff exudes a dazzling light. A spirit appears right before your eyes. Well, maybe it's a spirit? It's some kind of strange stuffed animal.
I am the spirit. Calf.
The stuffed toy seems to be affecting a voice of considerable gravitas and choking itself in the process. This creature is called Lack. Though you cannot be certain it speaks the truth, it claims to be a spirit. You approach, hoping to ask about the Maiden. But with blinding speed, Lack zooms behind Laddie, putting her between you as a shield. You're the one from before, Lack says, quaking. It would appear that you're mistaking the creature for a monster, and doggedly chasing after it has made it rather afraid of you.
Fruit.
You hold out an offer of reconciliation, and Lack takes it and immediately starts munching away. Between bites, it says, "You've got some good taste there." You're not really sure if the make good worked out, but in any event, Lack looks willing to listen to you now. You ask about the maiden once more, and Lack begins to talk a lot. It seems to enjoy doing so. Just as the maiden's myth handed down amongst the denizens of the island suggests, it explains, Laddie was indeed born to be the maiden here. However, she was unable to take up her role. This has caused no small amount of distress over the island's inevitable destiny to sink beneath the raging waves. Lack concludes with a proposal. How's about you go and meet with the other maidens and fetch the maiden's relics?
Other maidens?
As you had hoped, Laddie appears to be the key to the island's salvation.
Ask what Lack means. Meet the other maidens. Oh, wait.
If Laddie becomes a maiden and performs the maiden's ritual at the altar, the island can be saved.
Okay. But does that mean she's going to be sacrificed? Get the maiden's relics?
You ask, should we kill the maidens and steal the relics? Laddie shakes her head rapidly, as if to insist that you definitely should not do that. As Lack explains, each maiden has an attendant, an escort, and protector. This would make it difficult to take the relics by brute force.
Okay.
This island is not the only one home to a spirit. There are islands throughout this archipelago, and upon each dwells one of the 4 maidens who govern their own spirit.
Okay.
The self-proclaimed spirit explains that if you bring the maiden's relics that each of these maidens possess back to this spire, Laddie will be able to become a maiden herself. Laddie shows the staff in her hand, wearing an expression that seems to say, "This is a maiden's relic."
Okay.
The world-changing immensity of what you have just learned echoes in your mind. It takes you a little while to fully digest it. But it does just so happen you've been readying a seaworthy vessel for your own purposes.
Okay.
You accept Lack's proposal to help Laddie become a maiden.
Lack has joined your party. Leave the tower.
So, you want me to poof you back to the entrance?
Leave on foot.
You decide to continue investigating the Spirit Spire a little while longer.
Okay, return to Omega Village. Give me just a moment. I want to see. Save this. I saw options, game settings, other, title screen. Good, we can go back to the title screen from here. I just want to see if I can adjust the cards and stuff, because I do want to see the original options. Customize. Not the avatar, card face, default. Let's see if this carries over. Continue. I love the music in this game so far. Okay, it does. Okay, so you can just change whenever you want. We'll stick with the original art. I do want to remind everyone that this was provided to me by Square Enix. An enemy appears. Ooh, goody. Does Lack fight with me? I'm curious.
Don't hold back.
He does. These are gems. You'll need to spend them to use certain skills. You gain 1 gem whenever you take an action and can store up to 10 at one time. The icon indicates how many gems the skill costs. You can't use the skills if you don't have enough gems. Okay. Mushroom. Poke. Okay, that one's dead. And then when my turn comes around... Ow. How dare you hit my maid? 3. Some of your attacks are elemental in nature. 6 elements are fire, water, bolt, wind, light, and dark. Okay. Cards take more damage from elements they are weak to and less from they're resistant to. Knowing your enemy's weaknesses and strengths will help you choose which skills to use. Let's use one of our gems to heal. Because Lack can poke it. 38 XP and 30 gold. Hey, I leveled up again. 1 HP. Ooh, I learned Try Attack. Laddie leveled up. Learned Thunderbolt. Lack leveled up. Learned Surprise. If roll is 4 or greater. Ooh.
Accompanied by your new allies, you make to enter the village.
Looks like a hand puppet.
But Laddie seems to find something about this idea disagreeable and clings to a tree nearby, refusing to budge. Oh, I got this one, says Lack, evidently with some kind of plan in mind. The fluffy creature begins to chant a sort of mysterious spell.
Wuna waka wuna waka.
Suddenly, Laddie's face is transformed into that of an odd old man's. Laddie touches her transformed visage and then gives a thumbs up, perhaps as if to say, "Good job."
Oh.
But Laddie looks sideways at you as she walks into the village, her identity now safely hidden.
I'm so glad I went back to the original artwork. Visit your abode. Okay. First, I want to get a peek at all these characters.
This is your home. A desk pushed up near the wall is adorned with an unfurled map and a scattering of books.
A map of what?
The navigation map is of your own design and depicts the various islands in this region of the sea. It contains information on the maidens of those nearby islands, culled meticulously from books and the tales of passing travelers. Before all of this, you had found yourself unable to merely sit and watch the village's decline, and so planned a voyage to seek aid from the maidens of the other islands.
I accidentally misclicked there.
Popping into the back room, you emerge with a carefully polished ship's wheel and present it to your companions.
Okay.
It is the final piece of the ship you restored at the grotto. With it, you will finally be able to set sail on the voyage you have dreamed of for so long.
God, I love the music in this game already.
You have made ready for the voyage, but before you set sail, you decide to stop in at the mayor's to say your farewells.
Hope you guys can kill monsters on your own. There was something in here for 300, wasn't there? Goodbye. Ring of Protection, 300. Oh, I don't have 300 yet. Okay. Goodbye.
Grieth's eyes fall over the unfamiliar face behind you. And who do we have here?
Well, who do we have here? A traveler.
You respond, a traveler, weary from a long journey. Grieth looks upon her with sympathy. Changing the subject, you explain to the mayor that you'll be leaving the village for a little while on a voyage to save the island.
I like the character designs.
With his love of the village, would see you off with a smile. And yet the moment you explain that you found a maiden who can save the island, his attitude changes like the fickle sea winds, and he voices opposition to your journey. This island is destined to meet its end, he says. You can practically sense him digging his feet in.
Okay.
You cannot fathom why he, the mayor of the village, would believe something like that. Though each of you hold the island in your hearts, you cannot reconcile the difference of opinion. Like lovers going their separate ways after an acrimonious spat, it looks as though you will be setting out on bad terms.
Okay.
You believe that your desire to save the island will prove to be the right perspective.
So is the mayor the villain of the game? Hop, 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 hop. Secret grotto time! Head to your ship. Okay.
Your ship. Your trusted companion. Once a mere wrecked husk that you labored to bring back to life with months of sweat and toil. You climb up to the stern, and with every bit of care you can muster, you attach the wheel. The final stroke upon the canvas.
Okay.
At last, your ship is finished. The vessel's design is patterned after a great whale. There are a number of mismatched parts, but that particular quirk only makes you love it all the more.
Look at how destroyed it is.
As you look over your handiwork, you realize that your companion on this upcoming journey will need a name. What would a fitting name be, you ponder?
Your companion appears to look at you expectantly. Ask for Laddie's opinion.
Tears a page from her book and then scribbles a name down on it. In her small handwriting is written, the Bon Vent.
The Bon Vent.
According to Lack, the words are a kind of prayer in the language of the spirits for safe passage when bidding one farewell on a long journey. A farewell said before long journeys. The words could make a fitting appellation for your ship. You're unsure of just how much you ought to trust Lack, or his skill with words, but nonetheless, decide to go with Laddie's suggestion.
Yeah, I like it.
Together, you load up the Bon Vent with the necessary provisions. Preparations for your departure are now finished.
Now then, shall you set sail, weigh anchor?
You throw your hands upon the ship's wheel and shout, "Weigh anchor!" with gusto. Your voyage has begun.
Whee! Oh, there we go. Spirits dwell upon an archipelago surrounded by... Oh. It's on these islands that maidens guarded by their attendants perform various rituals. The spirits have helped keep the island safe since time immemorial. Yet one of these isles lacks a maiden and can do nothing but await its ruination. A young seafarer searching for a way to save his home meets a mysterious maiden who has lost both her powers and her voice. A self-proclaimed spirit tasks them with gathering the maiden's relics. And so they set sail to see the isles and hear their tales. The Tale of Departure. Finn.
Though your ship had long since forgotten the taste of seawater, it nonetheless cuts through the waves like a fillet knife through fresh fish. It is your first sea voyage. Laddie's eyes glitter as she looks out at the horizon, stretching ever onward over the endless blue expanse. She opens up your homemade navigation map, checking the locations of the islands where the other maidens live. On the island to the south of here lives a beauteous maiden garbed in azure robes, as though the sky itself is wrapped around her.
Okay.
After closing up the map, you grasp the wheel like a familiar old friend and tell the ship where you'd like to go. You now have free rein to sail across the sea as you see fit. New tales
Yo ho ho!
when you put into port.
Where's my rum?
An island where a maiden dwells.
Venture south of Omega Isle and search for the island's entrance. Now that your ship is complete, you can sail the seas. Your piece will automatically change on land or sea. Okay. Are we gonna... Oh, I was about to say, are we gonna have sea enemies? I'm gonna assume these things are gonna be weak to lightning. So... Yep.
Congrats.
24 XP and 24 gold. Hey, Laddie leveled up. 1 HP and 1 defense. Lack leveled up. 1 HP and 1 attack. Ooh, good. You know, it's nice having a spirit companion in a video game and actually having them be able to do something for once. Event.
You spot something blown into the sky from a whale's spout. It looks like it might fall this way, but it's hard to make out with the sun behind it.
What will you do? Catch it in your arms.
You open your arms wide to catch some sort of item.
Ooh.
You gladly accept it as a gift from heaven.
Quality cell. Cool. So events and stuff will happen. Good.
I don't know what it is.
The party makes land. To the sea at last. Okay. Event.
Laddie eagerly eyes the fishing rod on the boat. Up for some fishing, you ask? Laddie gives a hesitant nod. Except, it turns out she's never fished before.
Will you teach her to fish? Of course.
You show her how to hold the rod, and she casts the line into the water.
Is she gonna pull up a monster?
The rod begins to bend. You'd better tell her when to pull up. The rod bends in fits and starts. You're sure she's got something on the line. Laddie rips the line out of the water at your insistence, exposing a bare hook. Damn. You
Damn.
pat her back reassuringly. Sometimes that's just how it goes.
I thought it was gonna be waiting, but an enemy appears. Good. More water enemies.
Fight him off.
Thunderbolt. And then I can just hit him with a normal attack. You know what? Ooh. That's a good attack. Hey, I leveled up. Got an attack and an HP. She just got an HP. Okay. Oh, first
Ahoy, matey.
an enemy appears. Thunderbolt. Oh, it survived. You kill that one. And then I'll use my tri-attack on that one. Perfect. Whoa! So you can crit in this game. Lack should level up from this. 1 defense. Ooh. Groom. Cure target of any elemental resistance down status and 10 HP. Cool. An enemy appears. Now what?
Don't hold back.
I know she can kill this one on her own. And then Lack's turn should pop up. We'll poke. Hey! Ooh, that's bad damage.
Magnificent.
2 HP. Thunderbolt. Okay, her attack is enough to one-shot the lizard now. That's why I use that to test. Hey, I leveled up. Hey, I gained an HP. I gain immunity to attack down and defense down. Abilities are skills that confer passive effects in battle. They take effect automatically without needing to be equipped. Oh, okay. Adds value of roll to target's attack for 3 turns. Ooh, everyone level up. Let's try and find this island. Open the menu, select setup, and then set abilities. Sure. I'm assuming... Okay, so this... Okay, this is just showing... Okay. Each person gets 1 passive. I see. Ooh, a shipwreck.
You discover a shipwreck. You climb aboard and begin searching for anything useful.
Ooh, protects against water.
When you return to your vessel, The shipwreck sinks silently into the sea.
Well, let's go ahead and equip that. I'll give it to Laddie. Ring. Since she can heal and stuff.
Ah, the great open sea.
And an enemy appears. And we're on the ocean, so we want to...
And fight.
Good job, Laddie. Ooh. And she crit. Ooh, this one. Darn. I got the worst one, it looks like. Enemy appears. I'm gonna see if I can like zoom out after this battle.
Fight.
It'll select items. Yep, I don't need any though. We're full health on everyone. Ooh, nice, she crit again. Didn't need it, but still nice. 18 and 14. No. That's as far as I could zoom out. They said south, but event. Ooh, a treasure.
A large chest floats in the water before you, no more than an arm's length away.
Of course I'm gonna grab a chest. Loot!
You take hold of the chest and pull it forward. When you do, the lid springs open and a monster leaps out, enraged that you have disturbed its slumber.
Battle!
Hope you win.
Eh. Really? You, poke that one. One damage. You better give me loot. Big numbers. Laddie, hit that one with Thunderbolt. Perfect. And then you poke and hopefully kill this thing. Yep, okay. Poof! Ooh, nice chunk of XP. 1 HP. 1 HP, 1 attack. Good. Gain immunity to curse. Ooh, he gained a speed.
After vanquishing the beast, you peer inside the chest. You grin, realizing that your find may be able to aid you on your journey.
An antidote. Okay. I'll take it. You fulfilled the necessary requirements and unlocked Killer Frog's enemy story. Okay.
Oh, excuse me. You can't go in.
Hey, we made land. I want to remind...
Cross the sea and arrive at the South Isle. On the South Isle, you will hear the tale of a maiden in blue.
Weigh anchor? Yes.
Very well then. Prepare to go ashore.
We've done it.
Bright rays of sunlight beam down onto the warm South Isle. Something about the place reminds you of the refreshing cool of the ocean.
The Tale of the Azure Maiden.
After weighing anchor and docking your ship at the pier, you go ashore. Utterly exhausted from hours at the helm, you stretch your legs for a moment, then open up your map. Once you have your heading, you and the others make for the village of Coveton in the south.
Venture south.
Okay, now let's go.
Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. I'm actually really enjoying this game. It's a really neat concept. But I want to say thank you again to Square Enix for providing me with this key. And also, EscoNitz, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And remember, EscoNitz, share the love. Goodbye.
Thank you guys for watching, and a huge thank you to my patrons. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to make the content I do and do what I love to do. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next video. Goodbye.